Alright, this video is about cooking. So I can't pretend that I am much of a cook, um, but I have learned a few things over the years. And, as someone who will become an adult soon, I think this is a pretty important skill for you to at least be able to do some of the basic things in. For some of you, I bet you're already a much better cook than I am, to be honest. But there's probably some of you out there who have never cooked anything in your life. And so let's get into it. And I'm going to share some of the things that I've learned over the years how to make. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is to start small. And let's just start by boiling water. So boiling water is obviously a step that's necessary for many different dishes. And yeah, just to figure out, for example, how your stove works, how to turn things on, how to turn things off. Again, this may seem simple for a lot of people, but if you have like a fancy stove, yeah, this you might have to do a little bit of figuring out how to do that. Knife skills. So you could use any knife, but really it helps to have a good, nice kind of chef knife and have it nice and sharp. Sharpen it every once in a while. And you can start by cutting, easy things, cutting apples or fruit or something like that. Vegetables are also easy to cut, so yeah, get some practice in, making sure that obviously that your fingers are clear of the blade and all those kind of safety things. Okay, just about the easiest thing that you can make is actually instant noodles or ramen, and it comes in a package. Read the directions on the package, follow the package, and that's pretty much it. You boil water and throw in the noodles, boil it till it's done. You could even do it in the microwave if you want, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's pretty easy. If you can boil water, you can make instant noodles. Vegetables, almost as easy as instant noodles. There is one extra step, and that's kind of preparing the vegetables. So typically, you would wash the vegetables and cut them into smaller chunks. Although, there are vegetables that come already chunked up, ready to boil. Yeah, so after you do that, it's exactly the same. Boil the water, dump the vegetables in, drain out the water, and there you have your boiled vegetables. You can put a little bit of salt on it or something like that. Another option is to steam the vegetables. So rather than dumping the vegetables direct into the water, you have like a steamer basket that you put in the water, and you put the vegetables in the steamer basket so that the vegetables don't actually get submerged in the water. Instead, the steam coming up from the water will cook them. I believe the vegetables will retain a little bit more of the nutrients that way. One step further will be vegetable soup. So to make a vegetable soup, first you need to have a stock. So how do you make stock or soup stock or broth? They are all kind of the same, similar kinds of thing. So how can you do that? You can either boil some bones for a long time, or if you're if you're a vegetarian or vegan, you can boil a bunch of vegetable, peelings and scraps for a long time as well. Another way to do it is just to buy it pre-made. So they come in like a powder form, they come in like the liquid form, they come in like kind of a paste form. Any of those forms will do. So one way or another, get yourself some stock. After you've got your stock, chop up some onions, celery, and carrot. Chop them pretty small, like maybe half an inch. Throw those in. And then throw in whatever else vegetables or meat you would like to put in your soup. Like whatever's left. I personally like to throw in a can of corn. I think that adds to any soup. And basically boil it for a while. You could throw in, at this point, if you want, you could throw in like a little bit of barley or a little bit of beans or something. Beans you have to either prepare in advance if they're like dry, or a can of beans. You could throw that in straight. And then throw in some either, if you want a tomatoey soup, either throw in a can of diced tomatoes or tomato paste, Or if you want something, another easy way is to throw in like a can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup or something, and then basically you have chicken noodle soup. You can throw in like little pieces of pasta and stuff too if you want that in your soup. Pretty much anything goes for soup. Very easy, and delicious. Pasta. So pasta is also pretty easy to make. Again, boil water. You can put salt in it if you like. Throw in the pasta. Boil it until it's tender. Stir it once in a while, and then yeah, pretty much it's done. Make sure you do have enough water. So often you need a bit more water than you think you might. As for sauce, either you can get it from a jar or make your own sauce. Rice. Super easy. Put rice and water into your rice cooker and cook it. A salad. I have a salad pretty almost every day, and it's really easy. All you do is wash and rip up your lettuce. In fact, usually I just take scissors and kind of chop it into, cut the lettuce into like strips. Just basically cut the whole lettuce at the same time. Put it in your either salad strainer or strainer to wash, and then kind of shake it out or spin it to dry it, and then you have your salad. If you and add whatever you want, other vegetables, whether it's I don't know, shaved carrot shavings, or a little bit of I don't know, spinach, or chopped cucumbers, whatever. Avocado, I often like in my salad. Whatever kind of meat you want, and then put in some salad toppings and add the dressing of your choice. Mix it up, and away you go. You're done. Pasta sauce. Okay, if you don't want to get your pasta sauce from a jar, but you want to make your own, here's how you would do that. So if you want a meat kind of sauce, you would put some oil up your pan and heat it up. Put your ground meat on and cook it until it browns. That may take 10 minutes or something like that. Kind of stir it around once in a while. After it's add some onions. Add other veggies as you want. Whether it's celery, mushroom. Maybe you don't like veggies, so don't add any veggies. Add a can of tomato paste. Maybe 2 cans. Depends how much you're making, I guess. And let that cook for a while. And then add some spices like salt, pepper, and traditionally for pasta, basil and oregano are very common. And there you go, you've got your pasta sauce. What if you want a fried egg? Well, first, very important, heat up your pan, get it nice and hot, get some oil on it, and then crack your egg onto the pan, and pretty much depends what kind of egg you want. You can flip it or you can leave it unflipped for sunny side up, depending on how cooked you want it is when you'll take it off. That's very easy. Fried egg. Boiled eggs. So there's different ways to do this. I used to put the eggs in first and then boil it, but now I've changed my ways. Now I will boil the water and then carefully put in the egg. Don't put it in too hard, otherwise the eggs will crack. But yeah, carefully put in the eggs, put it on a low boil, so turn down the stove until it's medium or something, and yeah, 8 to 10 minutes or so. And this way the eggs will peel much more easily. If you put the eggs in and then boil it, I have found that it'll be much harder to peel them. Grilled cheese sandwich, super delicious. Get 2 breads. Butter the outside of the bread. Heat up your pan. Put the cheese in, of course. Cover up the pan. Make sure the cheese melts, and then flip it around to get browning on the other side of the bread. And that should make you a pretty good grilled cheese sandwich. Pancakes. So, some milk, some lemon juice, melted butter, egg. Mix it up with some flour, baking powder, baking soda, some sugar, and some salt. Mix it all up. Make sure that it's all thoroughly mixed. Heat up your frying pan and put them on. Super delicious, super easy. French toast. That's just egg, sugar, cinnamon, vanilla. Mix it all up. Soak your bread in and then fry it up. Again, these are super easy things. Here's a recipe that I make all the time: oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Um, so put your butter and sugars, brown and white sugar together. And this is the first step. This is called creaming it. So you have to mash all that stuff together until it's kind of like this thick paste. After that, you can add your vanilla and egg, and then kind of mix that up, and then add the dry ingredients. That will be your flour, baking powder, and stuff like that. Mix those in, and then after that, you can put in whatever else. I like 2 cups of rolled oats, but some people like to do like a cup of Rice Krispies or something, and then you can do chocolate chips, raisins, nuts, whatever. Bake it up, and there you go, chocolate chip cookies, delicious. California rolls, man, they're getting more and more expensive these days. We like to make our own at home, and so all you do is get a package of imitation crab, chop it up, mix it up with mayo, and get some sushi rice, cook it according to the box, chop up cucumbers and avocados, and get some the nori, the seaweed, and yeah, like we just make them kind of like taco style. If you want to like roll them up like a California roll, you can get like one of the rollers, buy it in like a Japanese restaurant or something. Yeah, super, pretty easy, and way cheaper than going out for California rolls. Chili, so actually pretty similar to the pasta sauce, but in this case, some beans is kind of the essential thing, and it's like a bit of a different texture, and of course the chili seasoning. Otherwise, pretty similar. Fries, cut up your potatoes into like wedge-shaped things, and add whatever seasonings you want. Add some oil, and then cook it in either in the air fryer. Take it out every 5 minutes, shake it around. If you don't have an air fryer, you could also use an oven. Also works. You could also do it with yams for yam fries. So again, super easy kind of side dish, and delicious. Cauliflowers, cut them up into chunks, cover with lemon juice, olive oil, salt, pepper, Parmesan cheese, roasted in the oven for an hour, and there you go. You could do beets or carrots too. You don't need a lot. I use things that I often use: air fryer, instant pot, frying pan, and regular pots, and that's it. So again, those are all things like, look, if I can make it, it's not hard. And so yeah, those are just things that I consider as pretty easy, good options to be able to cook. Is really a life skill. And again, if you already know, then great. Nothing for me to say to you. But if you don't know how to cook yet, yeah, learn a few things, experiment, and hopefully once you are out there on your own, you'll be kind of eating well. All right, so that's all for this lesson, and see you in the next video.